poured goes to the rich man's toilet. He catches the tap water in his hand, then kept pouring it into his chest. At that moment a rich man came in. Jack hurriedly stopped moving. To cover himself up, he deliberately went to the urinal to pee. Instead, the urine he expelled flew straight up to the ceiling. This is something he did not expect. Luckily the rich man who came out of the toilet didn't look up, but the urine flowed onto the alarm and triggered the alert. Jack saw this and ran. He returned to the lower world of the poor where he was. A skyscraper connects two worlds. The next day, Jack arrives at work at the skyscraper. This floor is where the upper and lower worlds interchanges, so the two sides standing head to head. That's when the leader suddenly announced layoffs and announced the list of names. Unfortunately, the fat man opposite Jack was laid off. On the way out, he tossed a box to Jack. Jack opened it and found the fat man's access card inside. This meant he could actually enter the upper world, so he made a phone call. He then puts on antimatter gear, turning his body upside down, crosses the inversion building to the office area of the upper world. Coming to the front door, he was a little nervous until the drip, then the door opens. He finally arrived in the upper world. He surveyed the prosperous scene around him with greedy eyes. Then he arrived at the restaurant where he had arranged to meet Ellie. He was both nervous and excited, for the antimatter would soon have its side effects. And although Ellie had lost her memory and forgotten their past, but the feeling of deja vu, together with Jack's talent and humor, Ellie soon falls in love again. It wasn't long before a burning sensation came over Jack's foot. When he looked down, smoke was starting to come out of his shoes. The antimatter that fever time again. His body was getting hotter. Jack had to end the date hastily. He darted and jumped into the water. He took off his shoes after the lowering the temperature, removing his gear. The next second his body floats up through the clouds, falling into another world.